new from 88 Films and part of their Species box set, which this artwork is just wonderful, comes 1995's Species. Now, this was one of those movies I thoroughly enjoyed when I saw it from the video shops in the 90s. Didn't see it in the cinema. It's got a absolutely fantastic cast from Natasha Henstridge, Michael Madsen, Ben Kingsley, Forrest Whitaker, Alfred Molina, Marge Helgenberger. Tremendous, absolute wonderful cast. It's got a big budget and it's got a ludicrous plot, and everything comes together in a wonderful explosion of exploitation, terrible dialogue, and pure entertainment and fun.
Something bad happened here.
I love Species because it's that big budget movie that shouldn't be. One of those movies that is a B movie, but with a sort of blockbusterish kind of punch behind it. Financial punch, that is. And we get a host of characters. At the start of this one, humanity has been communicating with aliens at some point. They've sent a DNA sample, they mix it with a human and create Syl, which is Natasha Henstridge's character, a character that is vehemently opposed to wearing clothes. I was really surprised with the amount of nudity in this movie, way more than I remember. Not that I'm complaining. And we kind of see one of the most ludicrous aspects of this movie as Syl escapes from a facility and goes on the hunt for a mate, and we get to watch as Natasha Henstridge struggles to find someone to sleep with her. Now, I'm used to not believing certain plots, feeling that they're a little far-fetched. This was a little bit too far for me, but we get our ragtag group of experts to hunt down Syl. That is led by Ben Kingsley, who is a scientist at the heart of this one, which is really important to remember, because when he becomes a lone, crazed gunman at the end of this one, you need to remember that he is a scientist who spends most of his time in a laboratory. But we get there later on. We get Michael Madsen as a kind of black ops mercenary who's used to tracking people down.
You created a monster with some kind of formula you got from outer space. The damn thing got away, and now you want us to hunt it down and kill it.
We get Alfred Molina, who is a kind of specialist in DNA. Same with Marge Helgenberger. She is similarly like that. And then we have Forrest Whitaker, whose strange and unusual talent is empathy. It's just so wonderful. It's so silly. I'm sure they could have said psychic abilities or something else, but just know he feels a lot, you know, kind of like it.
I'm an empath. I feel things deeply, that's all.
Because of Forrest Whitaker, you get a wonderfully campy and fun but believable performance that is a little bit over the top, but it fits within the whole movie itself, because everything here is just pushed a little bit up to 11 just to give it that crazed nature about it. Now, I love the complete absurdity of this movie, the sheen and the polish that it has, the fact that we have the calibre of actors that we have within this movie, which rightfully should be a direct-to-video, almost forgotten sci-fi movie. It seems to have elevated that and become into the pantheon of bad but enjoyable films, which I take umbrage with, because I think it's genuinely a rather well-made movie, decent enough.
Well, I'd say she fits the classic definition of a psychopath.
The lines in this movie are downright hilarious. The dialogue and the way it is delivered is just perfect at moments. The absurdity of the plot is ridiculous, and to be honest, Michael Madsen kind of sums it up best when he just nails it early on in the movie. The gore and the effects are where the money's been spent, and it's wonderful. I love the kind of gory, goofy effects we have in this one, and it's delivered expertly well. For me, Species is a whole lot of fun, which is one of the main reasons I like to sit down and watch these movies. Now, I'm not going to sit down and watch Species and expect Oscar-winning performances, a story that's going to resonate and make me think about the outside world and the way I fit into it. No, I'm going to sit and watch Species. I'm going to laugh my ass off. I'm going to have 108 minutes of just fun and just enjoy myself, which is what I'll get here. Now, this edition from 88 Films, now of course it's the box set of all 4 movies, has a wealth of extras. Now, I could sit here and read them off to you, but that's not going to be that exciting. So we'll jump into the disc, we'll have a little look and see if there's anything extra special on this disc that I want to talk about. So here we are in the main disc of Species 1. We're going to jump across to the special features, and here we have a sub-menu which is audio commentaries. First up, we've got a commentary with Henstridge, Madsen and director Roger Donaldson. We also have a second one with Roger Donaldson and selected crew, and there is a third new one with Kim Newman and filmmaker Sean Hogan. We have Afterbirth, the evolution of Species, which is a newly produced extra at 36 minutes 43 seconds. This is a really fun look back at the creation of Species and the franchise. Next up, we have From Sill to Eve, with a remarkably young looking Henstridge, still talking about her character arc from basically the first movie into the second one, her whole idea of working on the film and how it was her first gig, which is a fun extra. Next up, we've got a series of connected short pieces from 2004 talking about the creation of Species. First up, we've got Making of Species, the origin, at 9 minutes 59 seconds, talking with Dennis Feldman, whose father produced The Wild Bunch. Next up, we've got The Concept, which is 17 minutes 52 seconds. A lot of talking heads here, just talking about the idea of the movie and the kind of themes that run through it. Next up is The Discovery, which is 21 minutes 26 seconds, which is all about production design, and it's quite fascinating. Then we have Designing a Hybrid, which is 15 minutes 52 seconds, talking a lot about the designing of the creature and how it worked hand in hand with prosthetics and CGI, how this was the kind of one of the first movies to really use a lot of CGI as well. Then we have The Alternate Ending, which is more like a little human character epilogue, which would have been tacked on at the end of the film, which doesn't really offer much. It's curious enough. It's Hilgenberger and Madsen in that one. And then we have the theatrical trailer at 1 minute 49 seconds. And we have a stills gallery with plenty of production stills and behind the scenes stuff, which is fun. And that is that for this disc. So there we have it. Wonderful package. One movie down in the Species collection. I have seen Species 2 a long while ago. I am looking forward to diving into that one to see what that has to offer. Fingers crossed. I'd love to know your thoughts on Species. Of course, let me know in the comment box below. There is more content up here if you want to see more of my stuff. Hit the like button, just because it helps me out. Yeah, that's a good enough reason. And if you want to help me out further, join the membership program or the Patreon program for 99p a month, which would be fantastic. And I will be your friend forever if you do that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.